Well, everybody, things are moving really quickly, and I knew it. I told you that we gotta be prepared. It's good when we have the prices going up, but at any time, when one tweet, Donald J. Trump and the world can change. And when you saw the price of XRP doing well a couple hours ago, that was nice, but that was before this. So I'm here to tell you the latest. Everyone should immediately evacuate. That's what Donald Trump is saying, right? And I want to play this for you guys. Fox News. I'm watching it right now in front of my screen. So if there's something out there, there's also some raw alerts breaking up there from the New York Times, right? So I want to go over a few things that you might know. There's Mario, right? One of the biggest spaces here on X. Is the U.S. about to enter the Israel-Iran war? Why is he saying that? Well, because Trump is leaving the G7 earlier. Why is that? Well, we'll explain right now, fam. The price of XRP was at 230s, and we went live and everything was fine. But as you're watching all the updates a couple hours ago, you're seeing the retracement, not by a lot, right? But still, people are complaining or frustrated that we cannot withstand a nice rally. Welcome to crypto, guys. So he's also posting a few things. He pinned this comment, so I think it's pretty important, guys, to take a look at it. Iran should have signed the deal 60 days ago or so. What a shame, what a waste of human life. Simply stated, they cannot have a nuclear weapon, and that's what he's saying, right? So let's play this one, guys, so everybody's on the same page. Some pretty positive, some of you already know, but if you're wondering why we dropped and why, Oscar, we cannot have a nice pump, here it is.
Fox News alert, Donald Trump leaving the G7 early and returning to Washington, where he's requesting the National Security Council be prepared in the Situation Room after a deadly weekend in the Middle East. In Israel, 24 fatalities, 600 wounded. The death count even higher in Iran, 224 dead and counting. Iran retaliating by firing over 370 missiles at the Jewish state, but Israel's hitting back harder.
That means, everybody, that he's leaving earlier. And right now, he's obviously going to be meeting a lot of people in the National Security Council because, well, right now it's uncertainty. Like, we don't know what's going to happen. We just don't know. I'm not doing many longs right now. I'm just adding to my positions on spot trading, guys, on BTCC. So prices, if we take a look at the 1 hour right now, it looks something like this. So we're actually still higher than, the 216 or so that started during the weekend. So it's good. But you can tell how quickly after the news broke, 233 to 220. So a lot of longs already liquidated. If we could take a look at the liquidations, you're going to easily take a look at what happened a couple hours ago. Let's just do 4 hours ago. There it is. $176 million gone, right? So just in the last 4 hours, hundreds of millions of dollars gone. So the reason why sometimes it's risky, especially in times like this when there's conflicts, right? So if you wanted to know, that's what's going on. Now, this one, there's where 10,000 people already speaking out because, well, the fact that he's leaving early, he's going to arrive to the White House, and there's going to be more complications and news, right, as far as what the situation is. Now, Raw Alert is saying the New York Times is reporting that President Trump is thinking about the critical decision amid this escalating 4-day war, whether to directly intervene by assisting Israel in striking Iran's, deeply, to bury, the nuclear enrichment facility, a site so fortified that only U.S. bunker busters bombs deployed by American B-2 stealth bombers, right, are capable of reaching. That was something I was listening earlier today, that they have really prepared for something like this against Israel. And, well, only the US will be the one able to penetrate. But if that's the case, that in my very low IQ for war, I think that implies that the US gets involved. And I don't think we want that, right? So FYI, FYI, FYI. And right now, there's obviously, I think that somewhat is validated by this, because there's going to be all kinds of decisions to be made. Oscar, you're talking about war and something that is not crypto. Why? Well, because my people watching, if you wanted to know why we went down, right, a few percentages, is because of that. That only. That means that we are going to keep buying the dip. Look at who's there. You got Eric Trump, Israel, Iran continues. So he's speaking right there with Sean Hannity, and good. Obviously, going to be a lot of different people joining and thinking about the situation as far as what's going to happen. But guys, people are still greedy. People are still buying. Let me go ahead and refresh. See if there's a new one. No, but yeah, I think a lot of people understand the importance of what probably is going to happen in the next couple of hours, and we'll keep you in the know, guys. There's another one here called remarks. There might have some new things going on. Yeah, that is the information that I played for you already. 8 U.S. senators submit bill to prevent the U.S. from entering, which makes total sense, right? China warns its citizens to immediately leave Israel. So the U.S., Russia, China, different countries are already saying, hey, go ahead and leave. I mean, it's just crazy, President Trump slams Tucker Carlson. Somebody please explain to Cookie Tucker Carlson that Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. U.S. President Trump warns all Iranians to immediately evacuate Tehran. Israel strikes the nuclear enrichment facility. They're really trying to get there, right? They're really trying to demolish those resources Iran has. So what that means is that as long as it continues, we're not going to have a sustainable pump. We're going to have some, in a way, bear traps and bull traps, right? Where you see that it's going up and then boom, down, and then you get liquidated if you're doing longs, very risky longs, right? But if you're doing spot trading, I think it should be much on the safer side. So guys, this is exactly the update that I wanted to tell you. Evacuations happening as I'm speaking. Evacuations are happening because of the war, because of what's going on, meaning that obviously human life is way more important than crypto. Just FYI, if your crypto is down and red, now you know why. And this will continue watching because it's still an ongoing situation. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. Like and subscribe if you appreciated the update. Links down below. Join me in my communities, and I'll see you next time. Peace.